odata operations. When we talk about odata operations, we generally refer to the term as CRUD, CRUD, C-R-U-D. So what is CRUD? Here, the CRUD means that is C is used for creating a new record in the system, and R is stand for reading a single record from the SAP database, and the update is used for the updating of any existing record. Delete is for deleting the record, and with the help of query, you can get the multiple records from the SAP along with some query parameters like $count, $top, $escape, $filter, etc. And apart from CRUD queue operations, if any functionality like you want to release the purchase order or some operations, if it is not possible using the CRUD queue, in that case, in odata, we use the function import concepts. If you compare this CRUD queue with the HTTP methods, so create means using the post method of a HTTP, read is for the get method, update is for the put method, and delete to delete the existing record. Now, why the odata is generally limited to this CRUD queue, why not the others? For that, just have a look at this example. Consider a business scenario like we want to create application similar to the SAP standard sales order, purchase order. Here, the end user is going to use the SAP GUI as a front-end system. So if you want to develop any such application, so here an web consultant must know how to design a table control, how to do the screen designing, adding out different fields, how to create the radio buttons, how to add the text box, how to do the validations, how to add different events in action into the program. Because here, the end user is going to use this GUI as a front-end screen, as well as when they click on save button, we need to update data into the database system. So in this scenario, a web consultant must know all the features, that is screen designing as well as code writing. But if you compare the same scenario in which we are using a different front-end system, for example, this is a Fiori screen or UI5 screen, but backend we have ECC or S4HANA. So in this case, generally the front-end developer is different, or not necessarily this is the UI5 Theory. This can be any software, Salesforce, C4C, any other application. So in this scenario, the front-end developer will be different. So they will take care of all the activity like screen designing, how to add a radio button, the list box, perform the validations. So they will do all the development, and once the data is validated and once they submit, they just want to put that data to the SAP system. So here in the ECC or S4HANA side, we develop the odata service, and that odata service we provide to the front-end developer, which they consume and they pass the data by calling the respective method like CRUD is creating, reading, updating, or deleting the data. So here in this case, as the both software are different and there are different developers are involved, so they do their individual activity. That's why in case of odata, if you're working as a backend developer, so we have to generally focus on the term CRUD key operations instead of any other. So this is about the odata CRUD key operations.